Okay, guys, we're back with another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest. I'm Seth from the Lonely Stone podcast, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about the upcoming UFC Bantamweight men's title fight between Merab and Sugar Sean O'Malley. The rematch, this is the second one. The first fight was about a year ago, and that was when Sean O'Malley was UFC Bantamweight champion. He was defending it against Merab, and Merab would then go on to win a 5-round decision against Sean O'Malley. And yeah, that was a pretty easy fight for Merab. He pretty much shut down Sugar Sean. He didn't let Sean get going, didn't let him start to land any combos, didn't let Sean really gain any rhythm. He was on him, and when he wasn't on him, it was weird. Like, he was either going like relentless pressure or basically running away from Sean, and those were basically two sides of different coins in terms of extremes of how to fight someone. You go from pouring on the pressure to basically running away from them, which he kind of done at the start of the first couple of rounds, where he was really not doing much and was sort of trying to almost run away from Sean, and then occasionally, time a shot, which he timed very well. He timed his takedowns very well in that fight and was able to get a lot of takedowns. But when he was down there, despite, we know Merab's game. We know Merab's not a finisher, so he's never really going to look like he's in danger of stopping Sean, because he doesn't stop guys. Period. Whether it's by TKO, KO, or submission, he doesn't really stop guys. So yeah, he can take you down. All he's really going to do is make you a bit tired, which I understand as a fighter is probably the scariest thing to experience in a fight. Like, guys aren't scared of being knocked out, because when you're knocked out, you don't feel it, but you're scared of tiring out there. When you exhaust in the ring or the octagon, it's a feeling like no other, and you feel like you're dead, but your body's still there, and it's a really weird feeling. And to those that have never experienced it, do you know what I mean? It's hard to explain, right? But yeah, Sean's only real chance here is if he somehow changes up his game plan from the first fight and almost is a bit more relaxed. It felt like throughout this fight, the first fight in particular, well, the first and only fight the two of them have had, it felt like Sean was, he was applying, when he was applying pressure and Merab was running away, he was applying like half-hearted pressure, which is of course, it's understandable, because, at any time Merab can shoot a takedown and probably land it, right? So that makes sense, where you can't commit to your shots the same way you could as if you're fighting a striker, or unless you were fighting someone who was rocked, like, and you've got them. Sean didn't have Merab. Do you know what I mean? He hadn't figured him out. And by the time Merab got going through the back end of the fight, Sean O'Malley had no chance to figure him out. Because after, I'd probably say the start of the first two rounds, Merab would, be running around a bit. But after that, he was just pretty much just applying pressure from round 3 onwards, which is applying pressure on Sean O'Malley, right? He was doing it effectively, and he won the fight. And since then, of course, Merab has beaten Umar Nurmagomedov in a very impressive win. Absolutely bullied Umar and just little broed him in that fight. Styled on him, emoted, taunted him like it was a Merab fight. Don't get it twisted. Like, it was grappling heavy. No, neither of them was really going to do that much damage on each other, because in Merab's fights, they're not wars. Do you know what I mean? In Merab's fights, Merab pressures you up against the cage, takes you down, and grinds you out. That's that. Or he'll take you down in the open cage, and that's a Merab fight for you, right? But yeah, so as far as Merab goes, again, another win against Umar, and now he's back against Sean O'Malley. Like, this will be, in my opinion, quite an easy title defense for Merab. Even though, as a fan, I love Sugar Sean. Love his style. Love the way he fights. The way he carries himself is at times okay. I'm not going to talk too much about the guy's lifestyle. It's not that type of video. But yeah, Sean O'Malley's a real good fighter. And of course, look, he's got a chance, because we know at 135, he's got power. He's slept dudes at 135. And he's so big, but yeah, I'm going with Merab. But yeah, another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.